There are 5 categories of radioactive sources. Category 5 sources, like you'd find in handheld spectroscopic devices, are unlikely to permanently harm anyone, no matter how long they are in close contact. At the extreme end of the scale, Category 1 sources, like those used in machines purpose-built to irradiate objects, can deliver a lethal dose in a matter of minutes. Iridium-192, which is itself created via contact with Category 1 substances, is a Category 2 radioactive source, and when mishandled, it can deliver a fatal dose within hours. It's happened before. Within 2 weeks, unstoppable lesions had formed where the capsule had sat in the welder's back pocket, and less than a year later, his entire leg had to be amputated up to the hip. He would need to be in intensive care for more than a year. 2 weeks before Douglas Crofut was hospitalized on January 22, 1981, the stolen capsule of Iridium-192 that went missing from a truck back in December was found. It was sitting safely in its shielded case on the back porch of another radiographer's home, and he was Mr. Crofut's neighbor. Douglas was already a tortured man before he was tortured to death by radiation. Both the official nuclear regulatory report and Crofut's neighbors described his problem with alcohol, his struggle to maintain employment, and his extensive criminal record. 16 arrests in the last 6 years leading up to his hospitalization. Most of these were liquor law violations and public intoxication. One was an attempted jailbreak. And in 1979, 1 year before something irradiated him, he was fired from yet another radiography company from intoxication. They had found him, drunk and alone,
never enough for you,
silently kneeling over an unshielded capsule of Iridium-192. Crofut was a noted drunkard, a loner, and in massive debt. He had been arrested 16 times in the previous 6 years and fired from his last job less than 4 months before he showed up at a hospital. He appears in history as a man in such obvious pain. And so, unsurprisingly, the commission alleged that Douglas Crofut intentionally placed an Iridium-192 capsule in his front shirt pocket, left it there for over 5 minutes, and then returned it safely. That's all it would take to produce the torture that followed. Suicide via radiation is a damning claim, an action that, if true, casts a man's whole life in a different, glowing light. But this wasn't hard for anyone to believe. On December 13th, 1979, when Crofut was fired for alcohol intoxication, it was because he was found drunk, kneeling over an unprotected iridium capsule, purposefully irradiating himself for an unknown amount of time. And before that, one of his neighbors recalled to the commission looking out of their window in horror as they watched Crofut douse his body with gasoline and try, unsuccessfully, to ignite himself with a match.
Mankind was born on Earth, was meant to die here.